migrant worker is best described as a person that is engaged or involved in industrial work in the state where they are not resident of it. This type of person migrate from one country to another with the purpose of being employed. The first type is a worker that is subject to and complies with the laws, regulations and policies provided by the state regarding employment, while the undocumented one is a person who fails to comply with the conditions provided for him or her to legally enter the receiving state. They also do not stay legally for the duration of employment pursuant to the law, regulation and policies of the state. These workers are travelling to other countries to find job, as there are some countries out there that are having shortage of labour and they need an enormous number of workers to fill the gap in their labour pool. Some of them are also professionals who might seek positions overseas, such as doctor, academic, engineer and others.
Factors of high level of immigrant workers in Malaysia.
The immigrants who enter a country can be categorized into two. Some enter the country legally, while some cross the border illegally. So, why did they choose to enter Malaysia to make a living? The main reason they choose to enter Malaysia to make a living here is the difference in wages rate. Thousands of foreign employees are employed in Malaysia every year in variety of areas with greater earnings than in their native countries. However, the presence of foreign workers has made the minimum wages in Malaysia remain low and it has negatively affected the locals' wages. Next, this country is chosen by foreigners to work because of the environment and the socio-cultural practiced. Foreign employees can enter Malaysia in two ways, by sea or by road, or by entering via the main entrance with a valid document and staying until the visit or work visa expires. The majority of foreign employees in Malaysia come from the same religious and cultural backgrounds as Malaysians. It is now easy for international workers to go about their everyday lives. The Constitution guarantees freedom of practice to all religions, including Islam, which is the Federation of Malaysia's official religion. Islam has a large following in nations like Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and the Middle East, where it originated. The Muslim workers don't have to worry about the food as it is mostly halal in Malaysia.
The next factor is the high demand for foreign workers.
Most employers prefer to hire the foreign workers over the locals due to the low cost of hiring. The cost is unquestionably reasonable compared to the local workers that demanded unreasonable costs that are not equivalent with their job rank. Malaysians' selective attitude toward the type of work also causes employers to be more focused on hiring foreign workers. As an effect, there are a lot of job offers for foreign workers, including in agriculture, labor and manufacturing sectors. Increasing in foreign workers will benefit the country's economic growth by incrementing the public demand for goods and services and capital formation. From a macroeconomic standpoint, the immigration of foreign workers is likely to benefit the receiving countries by increasing labor productivity or total factor productivity. According to Human Resources Minister Datuk Seri M. Saravanan, there are a total of 179,451 applications to hire the foreign workers in 5 sectors that will be processed and approved within 6 weeks in the years of 2022.
Negative effect caused by the foreign workers.
It is undeniable that the foreign or immigrant workers do contribute to the development of the country. However, their participation has negative effects. Firstly, competition between the foreign worker and Malaysian in business. There's a portion of the immigrant workers who begin their own business, such as grocery stores and roadside stalls in Malaysia. According to Datuk Nur Hisham Ahmad Dahlan, foreign workers are not allowed to get a license to begin their own business such as sandal shop, food and drink kiosk. When this happens, Malaysians who just begin a business need to compete with these immigrants and even some of them fail to survive. Next, the high value of remittance outflow from Malaysia. When the foreign workers receive their wages, they will send a portion of it back to their own country. For example, in 2020, the value of remittance outflow is $9,066 million. If the amount has been spent in Malaysia, it could help Malaysia to expand its economy due to the effect of the multiplier. Lastly, disease spreading. According to the medical screening result in 2017, 85,000 foreign workers failed to pass all of it. However, 1,000 of them still have been given temporary working pass even though they failed one of the foreign workers' medical examination monitoring agency for MEMA medical screening. Hence, just imagine how many diseases that the foreign workers have brought once they enter Malaysia before all the medical screenings have been introduced.
Possible solutions regarding low skills job sector.
The employers have to review income commensurate with the job offered to attract more local employees to work in low-skill occupations. There should be room to enhance the treatment of local workers, whether through better working conditions or ensuring that they are paid as promised. Other than that, the government should limit the number of foreign employees that enter the country, especially in the low-skill working sectors, since this limits job possibilities for locals because firms prefer to hire foreigners.
Priority to be given to our workers, our people first. Think about our Malaysians first, others come second.
However, to overcome this problem more effectively, government need to reduce the dependency on foreign workers by increasing the technology. For example, in plantation we can use drone for fertilizing. Also, in manufacturing we can use machines, so the producer will no longer be requiring a lot of foreign workers. All these technologies help to reduce the requirement for cheap foreign labor. Therefore, our economy will be able to increase in terms of its technological achievement because we no longer depend on cheap foreign workers as inputs. If Malaysia still hire foreign worker, Malaysia wage rate will remain low. Besides, skill development is a priority for developing Asian countries seeking to achieve long-term progress. Therefore, there needs to be a reskill and upskill program for local employees.
As a conclusion,
The entry of foreign workers in Malaysia's working sector can bring both positive and negative effect to the country. However, we can see now that the arrival of foreign workers into our country is more likely to have a negative impact. The uncontrolled entry of foreign workers can lead to the occurrence of various effects in our country. In conclusion, we can see that the entry of foreign workers into our country can bring bad effects, such as high local unemployment rate, if it is not controlled correctly by the authorities.